Okay, so today we have the Dell 5524P, which is a 2010 model Dell switch. And the problem is the SFP Plus ports. They are broken because whenever I try to push in this transceiver, it will not go in all the way. And that is because that port is not secured into the PCB. So whenever I push in the transceiver, it pushes both of these ports into the switch. To fix that issue of these two ports going into the switch, I have to use a screwdriver, and there's two little holes on the center piece that I have to pull on with the screwdriver. Then I have to try again to put the transceiver in. Of course, and then it seats. Well, it didn't even do it then. So really, what has to happen, because both ports were pushed into the switch again before the transceiver could seat itself. You have to push in the transceiver as you use the screwdriver to pry these ports out at the same time. That is not ideal. So I'll show you just what is broken, and I'll tell you what Dell's going to do about it. So we'll go ahead and start at the top. These SFP Plus ports are underneath this, what I'm going to call a daughter board. And that daughter board has the front management Ethernet port, which, I mean, it's a console port, so it doesn't actually have any internet capabilities. A digital display that tells you the stacking ID, a USB port, and then underneath are the SFP Plus ports. So to get to that, we have to remove this ribbon connector. Then we will remove 4 screws. And these just go to a standoff underneath. So this comes up and out. Set that aside. Right here, underneath that daughter board, are our SFP Plus ports. You'll see this plastic, and that is for the LED lights in the front. And you can, it's already moving. So if we take that out, and it just pulls out, it's not secured. But all around here, there are little fingers. Used to be little fingers. Those little fingers go into these circle holes that you see in the PCB. And that's what holds this, so that whenever you push in the transceiver or DAC cable, it doesn't go forward, backward, up, down, or whatever. So right now, that's just floating in there. So you can just put it in there and it'll do whatever. And that doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. The ports are still fine, but I call this a housing, and this housing is just broke. And I just need a new one that has all those little fingers, and this would be just fine. Well, I called Dell, and they said that they would just send me out a refurbished switch. Well, I have 2 switches, both 5524Ps, that have this broken housing. Out of 12 fingers, one had 2 left and one had 3 left. Now I have 2 5548 switches, non-PoE switches. Those, the SFP Plus ports, they're perfectly fine. But these 2 5524Ps that I have, the SFP Plus ports, the housing is broke. Those fingers are broke. So I think it's awesome that Dell's going to replace that under their limited lifetime warranty of hardware on these switches. I just have to wait for them to ship me out the refurbished switches, and then I've got to send them my 2 other switches. Let's do a trade. So I think that's awesome that Dell's going to replace these switches. But it's just awfully curious that the 224 port PoE switches of this model, the SFP Plus housing, is broke on both. I don't know if that's a user thing or what that is, but so I thought I'd just go ahead and share that with you guys. I just thought that was awfully curious, and well, I guess if you guys have run into this, go ahead and leave a comment down below if you've run into this with Dell switches or any switches where the SFP Plus ports are broken in this manner. I've seen ports where these they're bent, like they're pushed in or whatever, and you can't put a transceiver or DAC cable into them because they're bent in, and you'd have to bend them back out. But I haven't seen this, where the whole housing is just kind of floating and makes it unusable. So go ahead and leave a comment down below of what you think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.